Hello, I'm Kate Stichina. You are watching InstaForex News. On Thursday, the official statistical agency of the European Union, Eurostat, stated that the budget deficit of Greece was a little higher in 2009 than the government expected. The agency is doubtful of the data accuracy on the Greek budget, and this can lead to the further upward revision of deficit. In the report of Eurostat about the public finances state of the 27 European Union countries, it said that the Greek budget deficit stood at 13.6% of the GDP last year. According to the assessment of the Greek government, the budget deficit was 12.7% of the GDP in 2009. Nevertheless, the Greek government admitted that the higher assessment of Eurostat can be explained by the differences in the funds accounting of the government pension fund. Eurostat repeated its concerns in respect of the accuracy of the Greek data on the budget. The adjustment of this data can lead to the revision of the budget deficit to 30.9–40.1% of the GDP. The assessment of the state debt can be increased to 120.1–122.2% of the GDP compared to the current assessment of 115.1%. The value of the assurance of the Greek sovereign debt against the default by virtue of the usage of the credit default swap achieved the new high on Thursday, since the 5 years credit default swaps exceeded 500 basis points for the first time. On Wednesday, the representatives of the European Union and the International Monetary Fund came to Greece for the negotiations on the conditions of the assistance provision to the Greek government in amount of 45 billion euros in case it cannot pay off debts. However, the investors now have fears concerning the fact that Greece can ask for the change of the terms of this debt's repayment in order to regain control over the public finances. The financial crisis in Greece started when last October it became known that the budget deficit in 2009 probably will be 2 times higher than the initial assessment. It is not the first time when the data on the Greek budget turned out to be unreliable. According to Eurostat, the total deficit of Eurozone reached the record high 6.3% of the GDP in 2009, against 2% in 2008. This advance reflects the enlargement of the government debt due to the decrease of the tax revenues and growth of the social expenditures, as well as the economic slack in many countries. Nonetheless, the budget deficit of Greece was not the highest in Eurozone. The budget deficit of Ireland stood at 14.3% of the GDP, whereas the budget deficits of Spain and Portugal were 11.2% and 9.4% of the GDP correspondingly. Among non-Eurozone countries, Great Britain has the highest budget deficit. It is 11.5% of the GDP. I will be back tomorrow with the next release. Goodbye.